Hello everyone and welcome back to Manifest with Finesse on YouTube. My name is Manifesting Gaia. That is my Twitter, TikTok, and podcast. All the links are down below. My paid coaching email is down below and all timestamps are down below. And I know I was gone for another week again. I will try to get multiple videos out this week. I may have to go back to uploading twice a week though. But to be honest, I did get a lot of comments that were like, we need your videos, I need your videos, like, come back. If you are relying on me for anything, honestly, other than, like, motivation, even that, like, that does not last if you do not persist on that. Like, if you feel good, you should be persisting. You don't need me to manifest. I can't manifest for you. Your feelings that you get from watching me can't manifest from you. If you are not persisting, if you watch me and then go back to the old story, if you need me, like, if you're like, oh my God, I cannot do this, I need her to upload a new video, like, no. First of all, self-concept. Second of all, it really is the same thing. Like, self-concept persists, flip the thoughts. If it's not that, you don't need anything else. But today we're going to be talking about getting movement when manifesting. If you clicked on this video because you were like, oh my God, she's going to teach me how to get movement, you're wrong. You are wrong. Wipe that smile off your face. Because there's no reason for it anymore. There is no reason for I've been persisting for 2 months and I see no movement. Or, oh my God, I got movement once and then it stopped and I haven't gotten it since. Or, oh my God, all I'm getting is movement and I'm not getting a manifestation. Like, there is no reason for you to be saying these things. So, first of all, people always ask me what movement is for them. They'll be like, I saw my SP's mom at the bank. Is that movement? Does that mean something? Oh, I'm manifesting a designer handbag and that handbag got brought up at the dinner table and we never talk about material things at dinner. So what does this mean? Like, does that mean it's in my subconscious? Does that mean I'm persisting right? If you are manifesting, I need you guys to develop a backbone. You cannot rely on other people when you are the operant power. You cannot be asking people if you're doing stuff right, if it's a sign. What about you decide is not making sense up here? I cannot manifest for you. I cannot tell you if things are going good because I'm not the one that's persisting. It's not my thoughts that are creating your reality. It is not anybody else. It is not a psychic. It is not a doctor. It is not this person. It is what you say it is. Bro, like, you cannot come into this relying on other people and being logical. You decide what movement is to you. I can't tell you. Usually I'll say yes because if you're asking, it's a pretty good sign that you already think it is. You should always assume it's going your way, irregardless of what is showing up or what isn't showing up, because it doesn't matter what is showing up. That does not determine the speed and the ease and the progress or your power of the manifestation. I literally don't care if it's the opposite showing up. Like, okay, that's good movement. Because why would the opposite show up when I started persisting? Why wouldn't that happen when I was not conscious of my thoughts? Exactly. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't, first of all, take things at face value. And second of all, try to figure everything out. Like, everything is always working out for you. And that's the way it should be all the time. Because if you're in control and you want something, why would you think of it as anything other than it working out for you? Like, if I saw my SP's mom at a bank, or if I was manifesting a bag and it got brought up at dinner and we never talk about that, like, that's game over for me. For me, like, that's movement. Like, that is confirmation of my saturation. Like, I'm experiencing it in some way, shape, or form. Maybe it's not physical, because that's all y'all care about is physicality. But I don't care. Like, it's there. It's there. Because it's always there. I always have it. If I'm going to have it, I already have it. I think I'm going to touch about this in another video. But that's something that is so important. Like, that's what I run by now. Like, if I'm going to have it, I already have it. Because, like, if you're 30 years old and you're an actor, you were bound to be that actor, whether you were 5 or 10 or 15 or whatever. Just because you weren't an actor at 15 or 5 doesn't mean that you weren't going to be one at 30. So you were born an actor because it was going to happen regardless. So to me, it's like, if I'm going to have it, then I already have it. Because I don't have to wait till I'm in my first movie to be an actor. Like, I was bound. It doesn't matter if I couldn't see it. I was bound. Everything leading up to it was just everything falling into place. So if you're going to have money, if you're going to have a specific person, if you're going to have a trip, you already have it. So choose to see the best in everything. Stop letting outside movement determine your power or determine what is working, because you are deciding. If you say there is no movement, why would it reflect to you? I see so many people getting attached to movement. Like, something will happen and they'll be like, yeah, they'll be like excited, and then they'll like hold on to it. Like, oh my God, movement. Like, they texted me, they reached out to me. I got this money, I got money. It's not what I wanted. It's not the full manifestation, but I got something. Like, I'm doing it. It's working. And then they get so attached to it that if it doesn't come again in a week or a day, or it's been a month and nothing happened again, it means it's not working. Something happened. Something's wrong. And then what happens? They manifest that. That has to get reflected. They're persisting that there's no movement. They're persisting that it's not working. They're persisting that it's been a month since I've seen something. So why would anything else show up but nothing? That's the equivalent of picking out a movie, your desire, turning it on, and then after it starts playing for 1 second, you pause it and you're like, oh my god, the movie started. It started moving. And then you just sit with it paused and you're like, why isn't it moving? What I do? What am I going to finish the movie? Is the movie ever going to finish? Like, am I messing it up? You are so hyper focused on, number one, its lack of movement. And number two, I don't get why you guys, what drives me insane is when people get surprised that they get movement. Like, you were persisting, were you not? So why are you surprised that things are unfolding? Like, I understand that sometimes it's like hard to believe in the law, like I get it, but like, it drives me insane because when there's no movement, you're like, well, I've been doing it and it's not working. And then when there's movement, you're like, oh my god, it's working. And then you start like sabotaging. Do you even know what you want? Because if you're doing one of those two things, you're saying I'm persisting but don't have movement, or you're getting movement but like you're talking yourself out of it, self-sabotaging, getting scared. Oh my god, what if it doesn't fully come in? Why is it only coming in? Your self-concept needs work. If you are dominantly like, this is mine, no matter what shows up, I don't need outside of me to tell me things are working. I decide if things are working. My physical is just a representation of what's going on in here. So as long as I'm stable and secure and my full desire in here, it has to reflect out here. If that is if movement does happen, you will not, number one, be satisfied until it's your full thing, so you're not going to stop. And number two, you won't even notice it. You won't even give it that power. You won't even give it that meaning. Movement won't be on a pedestal because you're like, yeah, like I've been persisting. Why wouldn't I get it? Yeah, my mind's powerful. Why wouldn't I get it? Yeah, I already felt good about it and I knew it was going to happen. So why wouldn't it come through? But regardless, movement is 3D. Like, since when are we putting all of our energy into the 3D? That is what got you in the situation in the first place. I don't care if it's movement. If you are attaching to anything in the 3D, it is not healthy. It is not good. You don't need movement for anything. Do you know how many people don't have movement for days, weeks, months? And then just get their desire at once? Because y'all want movement until you're stuck in a loop of movement with no desire. Then it's like, well, how come I'm getting all movement with no desire? And then what has to reflect? Movement with no desire. If you decide to purchase something and you decide to pay it through split in 4 payments, so every 2 weeks you're paying $20 for 8 weeks, right? So because you split it in 4. Versus if you decided to pay it in full one time and have it show up, does the way you chose to pay determine the speed and ease of whatever you ordered coming to your door? Does paying in 4 make it come faster? Does paying in full make it come faster? No, because did you spend money to see payments or did you spend money to get what you wanted? Exactly. It doesn't matter if you're seeing movement every single like week, or if you're just not doing it, if you don't at all and you get it. It doesn't affect anything. It doesn't determine the speed or ease of anything. If a tornado doesn't look like it's moving, doesn't that mean it's right in front of you? Doesn't that mean it's coming towards you? Exactly. So if you haven't received movement, it does not matter. Stop being controlled by the 3D. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? What difference does it make if you still don't have it at the end of the day? It does not matter. It does not matter. There's no reason why you need it. It does not matter. It does not matter. It does not matter. Your self-concept sucks. That's why you want it. But it does not matter. Then some people are like, I just need movement so I know that I'm doing it right. I just need like to know. I just feel like I'm doing persisting and nothing's working. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck with this journey. Good luck with getting your desire. Because until you guys realize it will not, nothing will reflect. Not even movement. Not even an angel number. Not even like nothing. Until your mind is there first, good luck. It will not come if you are conforming with the 3D. Bro, if every little thing, bro, manifesting a car, you're persisting and then something happens in 3D, you lose money, and I just lost money, so now I have to like manifest money, or how will this happen in this? You're not, how would you see good movement? How would you see movement towards the car? You will not. You will not, because you're focused on the 3D. If you are conforming with the 3D and you're saying movement good, no movement bad, and you are letting your thoughts and emotions be up and down because you're letting the 3D lead, you will only receive either hot and cold or nothing at all. You don't need the movement at all. I don't care if you've been doing this for 3 weeks, nothing. I don't care if you're doing this for 6 weeks, movement the first week, now nothing. I don't care if you're doing this for 8 weeks. I don't care. Keep persisting and stop focusing on it. The only thing, if you are receiving movement, if you're not, it does not matter. But if you are, the only thing that should be doing for you is confirming that whatever you're doing right now is right. That you're saturating your mind, that the technique is working. So if you've been affirming, doing sats, visualizing, hypnosis, meditation, I don't care what it is. If you've been doing that and you're getting movement, it is working. Because I see people get movement and then they'll like freak out and then they'll be like, and then it won't come for like another week or like it won't show up again. And then they'll be like, what do I do? I have to change the technique. I have to find a new technique. Why? Like they'll chase it. They're chasing the 3D. It's like, you are not separate, you are not separate from bad circumstances, good circumstances, desires, 3D, 4D, like, you are one and all, like, oh my god, it drives me crazy, like, you're chasing your own shadow, like, you're a dog chasing its own tail, like, you are connected to it, what are you doing, stop focusing on the middle, stop trying to fix the 3D. If it's not what you want, then it is not done manifesting. If it is not what you want in this current moment, it is the middle. Stop focusing on it. Stop giving your power away. You do not stop persisting until what you want is right here. I don't care what it is. I don't care, bro. I don't care. If it got worse to you, don't say that. Stop saying that. Stop saying that. Stop saying that you're stuck. Stop saying that it's worse. Stop looking at life so limited. Stop assuming that this is your one true and only reality and not the one up here. Stop taking for granted the fact that you can literally visualize and imagine any reality you want. And somehow what you're seeing is somehow more powerful than what's in here. There is no possible reason. There is no explanation why our brain can do that. And you are still more focused than what you already manifested. It doesn't make sense. Stop doing it. Stop seeing movement as something that you have to get. It's something that you need to obtain. It's something that, well, if I was doing it right, you would get. It is a natural occurrence of you switching your states. You guys are not realizing how abundant movement is because it is a byproduct of you switching your states. If you keep elevating, it'll keep showing up. Like, again, with being surprised, like, you act like things don't have to unfold for you to get what you want. Sometimes you're going to see it and sometimes you're not. But it doesn't matter. It is always working out for you and unfolding perfectly. That is it. You always get what you want. You already saw it in here, so it should be game over. It should be game over. If you can close your eyes and see it here instantly, then it's instant. Then it's yours and then it's done. Like, y'all will be out of contact with somebody for like 3 years, and then after 2 weeks of persisting, they'll come back in and follow you. And then you'll be like, well, why didn't they text me if it worked? Like, you just manifested, like, them coming back in. How could you possibly, like, you cannot tell me your self-concept is good if you turn that into a negative thing. It should be like, period. Because you can manifest anything without believing it. As long as you're repeating consistently, like, you'll manifest it in. But if you do not, like, rightfully know, if you're not convinced, if you don't expect, like, if you're like, this cannot go any other way but for me to get it dominantly, of course. If you're still looking for that movement, if you're still operating from the 3D, if any little thing that falls out of place, you absolutely lose it and break down and quit and you give up every other week. It's, oh, I don't want it anymore, it's not working, but I want it because I'm the upper in power. You know what, I can't do it, but I'm done getting treated like it. If you're doing that, as long as you're gonna do it, just kiss it goodbye. So when I preach about self-concept, it's because I have seen it, I've experienced it. Like, ask anybody who manifested without it and then manifested with it. Like, it's just not worth having a lot of movement or some movement but not having your desire. It is not worth it to see what? Like, to not see your manifestation regardless of whether you're getting movement or not. It's just not worth it. Anyone would rather just have it in full regardless of what had to happen for you to get there. Who cares how you had to, like, what had to happen to get the house or the car or the modeling job? Like, it doesn't matter. It is what you say it is. So you have to decide and be the change you seek to experience. And with that being said, that's all for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, like, comment, and subscribe. Remember, you can have anything you want in this universe. Nothing's too big, small, wide, expensive. I believe in you. You should believe in you. And I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye!